52. All right, so I'm tired as hell. I just left from getting a massage. My intention was to do cardio today after work, but that did not go according to plan. Throughout the course of the day, my back started getting extremely tight, and my legs hurt like shit, and I was just a fucking wreck. I was a wreck. All right. So instead of going to do cardio after work, I found a bomb little massage place not too far from my house, and I went there and I got that work. All right, so that was the highlight of my day. For many of you that do follow me, you do know I had a powerlifting meet this past Saturday, and I think it's Reading or Reading, I'm not sure. I can never get it right, but I do know it's in Pennsylvania. It's at Dana Lynn Bailey's gym, WarHouse gym. So just a little bit of a recap of that, and later on I will be coming with like a highlight video to kind of showcase the day, to kind of show how it went. My lifts along with Tiki, Takara Brooks, my cousin, my ace Tiki. I have some of her lifts mixed in there, and after we did the meet, finished the meet, we went and got some food, dope ass steakhouse in Philly, and the next morning we had brunch at this pretty awesome place. So, me. Alright, so this is I don't know if this is my third meet or my fourth meet, but it was actually a pretty good meet, right? So I went into it, I felt good about the prep, felt good about training, and I went into it expecting to do some really, really good numbers. And I think the potential was definitely there for me to do some good numbers, but there was some problems. And the problems were more so me, a combination of being me and a combination of us having national judges at our meet, and they were spot the fuck on. They were not playing around. And I took some hits on my squat. I took some hits on depth. So I really never got past my opener on squat, and I think we opened at, I'm trying to tell y'all the kilos. I think it was 190 kilos, 419 pounds. And the weight was next to nothing. It felt like nothing. It was, fuck, you see that shit? Look at that. Show y'all some of my legs. We'll pull them up a little bit. The weight was next to nothing, but my depth was not there. I feel like it was there. Of course, you know, as a lifter, you always feel like you want to believe that you're doing the right thing, but and the judges can be sticklers, but at the same time, you know, if you're not hitting depth, then you're just not hitting depth. So, you know, according to the videos I saw, and even you know, a couple of people that were watching, they said I was definitely hitting parallel, but I was not going past parallel. And I know that they were correct about it because I did a lot of that in my training, and I accept full responsibility for that. I think this was the first meet that I did where I wasn't with my coach the entire prep. So this particular meet, I trained, my coach gave me my programming, and I think I was with him, actually in the gym with him the last probably 2 weeks or so closer to my meet. And I'm not making any excuses. I do know that I felt, during training, I felt like I was hitting depth, but there might have been some days I was training where I was actually, you know, being parallel, but I wasn't hitting depth. And, you know, maybe, you know, you perform the way you train, and I think that that's just something that I'm gonna have to look, you know, moving forward, that's something I'm gonna have to do. If I am training by myself, I'm gonna have to over-exaggerate my depth to make sure that I'm, you know, I'm meeting the standard, or, you know, going above the standard, and it's okay. So, long story short, I didn't get my opener until my third attempt, in which case I did finally get my opener. And as far as meeting the depth, and like I said, it was like 490. It felt like nothing. So it's technically a PR for me because I think my last meet, I can't remember if depth was an issue. I think it kind of was, and I think we only got somewhere around 390. So technically it was a PR. I'm not happy with it at the end of the day because during my prep, I think it ended up hitting a PR of 470 for a double. So I know that I could have went pretty far into my squat, but it definitely went there. We had to get on the board. Moving on past that, we went on the bench. Bench definitely hit some PRs. My last meet, I think my bench was blah 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 blah. 369 pounds was my PR for that. I mean my max for that meet. This meet we opened at 351 or 52 pounds or something like that. I think it was 160 kilos. I think I smoked that, but I did get one red light. And on that red light, the reason they red lighted me is they said that I heaved. I hadn't even never fucking heard of heaving. I'm still young in the sport, so I know I have a lot to learn. So apparently heaving is when the bar settles on your chest and you pull down, is a pulling downward motion just before the actual press. That's considered a heave. And if you heave, that's a red light. So I did get one red light, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, fuck it. Like, I know, the weight's no big deal. My goal is to hit 400, so I can join the 400 club in a meet. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we're going to my second attempt. I think my second attempt was 385, 386 or something like that. So now I'm worried, me being me, I'm overthinking shit. So I'm worried about heaving again. So this time on this lift, I don't engage my legs. I'm just all arms. I'm trying to push the shit without them saying I heaved. And I got the weight up, but it was a little bit of a struggle fest because technically I wasn't all the way there because I'm inside my head. So, the lift was okay. I did get the lift. I think I got 3 white lights, but just like my coach, John Jones was saying, it's like, hey man, you in your head right now. You worried about shit. You ain't, going through the motions the way you should. And he's right. He's 100% right. I'm worried about trying to get the lift, trying to, hit everything, and be as technically proficient as possible when I should have just had a good time and just left it. You know what I mean? So anyway, hit the 385. Next lift, my third attempt was me trying to crack that 400 club. I think it was 402 or 401 or something like that. And took it off, felt good coming off, but took it down and it just wasn't there. And it wasn't there not because anything technically proficient. My ass just wasn't ready for 400. So I think the way I asked my coach, I said, hey, the triceps, right? Triceps, just basically me saying, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. It's just not there yet. And he was like, yeah, it's just, it's just too heavy. So, all right, cool. So now me being me, I'm in my head for the rest of the meeting. I'm like, yeah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. So next move on to deadlift. Deadlift is not one of my best lifts. I didn't deadlift growing up in Southwest Georgia in the 90s. We did power clean, and even then we weren't really great at it. I don't ever remember my coaches in high school ever really teaching me a real power lift. I just kind of remember you watch the other players. We got to high school, watch the other guys do power lift and power clean, and just imitate what they was doing, and that's what the fuck that's what I did for all my time in high school with power clean. I forgot what my max was in high school, but essentially I'm surprised I didn't get hurt. A lot of other people didn't get hurt because all we really were doing was just imitating, emulating whatever we saw the other guy doing. So I don't even count that. So nevertheless, growing up, we did not do deadlift. So I've really only been competing and training with a coach for about, I think I came to John in October of 2016. So we're going on close to 2 years. So I'm still new to deadlift, and the technicality of it sometimes gets the best of me as far as just really engaging everything and kind of timing just timing the whole motion all together as a whole. So it's something I'm still developing. So therefore, the deadlift for me, in my mind, isn't one of my best lifts. So we started out, I think we opened at like 4 or something. And I think, and this is when you have a good coach, they'll put you in some good spots. And I think a lot of it too is this me right here being mental, because I snatched 400 up off the ground so fast it surprised me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've deadlifted more than that in training, but I just didn't expect it to move that fast, and it moved so fast, kind of caught me off guard. And I'm like, all right, cool. We start a little light anyway when we open because we want to build that confidence and we want to hit on the board. So I think my next lift was either 424 or 434. I cannot remember exactly, but I know that it flew off the floor so fast that I actually almost fell over. And of course I got all red lights because I almost fell over. But the reason I almost fell over is, damn, I didn't expect this to move that fast. Right? So, it moved fast. So cool. So now I'm like, oh shit, maybe I'll, pull some decent numbers today as far as deadlift goes. And the next lift, John was like, do you want to redo that? Or do you want to go ahead and go up? So I'm like, shit. I mean, we already know I can pick it up. I just, I rock back on my heels. So, let's put some more weight on there. And I think he put 463 or 473. I can't remember exactly, but he didn't tell me. I didn't ask. I trust John. He put what he thought was a respectable amount on, and I went up and on my third attempt, and I pulled it. Got to the top. And I really feel like I only missed that lift because of technical skill set, not because the weight was too heavy. I just couldn't get my shoulders back along with bringing my hips forward without overthinking it. And nevertheless, I think I got one white light, 2 reds. Doesn't matter. I didn't get the goddamn lift. So even with those numbers, I still finished third, which is fun and it was cool. And I had a great time prepping for this meet. I definitely saw an increase in strength, and I was really excited about it. And I was like, yo, this is gonna be my last meet, before I start the bodybuilding venture. But you know what? F that, all right? Screw that, all right? I was really hell-bent on benching 400 before I started bodybuilding because I know I'm gonna lose weight. And I'm a little bit worried about when I lose weight, how that'll affect my bench. So I was really hell-bent on trying to bench 400 in this meet. So with that said, in my meet that just passed, I actually started looking up. I had an hour between getting ready to deadlift. I started looking up meets, and I found a meet in Maryland on December 1st. It's a bench-only meet, which actually works out because my concern was trying to bench 400. And on top of that, I just renewed my USAPL card. USAPL card is good for the calendar year that you get it in. So technically, if I don't do another meet, I spent $55 to renew a card that I can't use next year. So I'm like, you know what? I found this bench-only meet in December 1st. I'm probably going to do that meet. I really feel like I can start my bodybuilding adventure, start losing weight, start going into a deficit as far as my calories go, but still be able to maintain enough strength and be able to build some strength to be able to reach that 400-pound plus bench. Because my last meet was in, I think it was in February, and like I said, my PR for that meet, bench-wise, was 369. This past weekend, I opened at 350 and smoked that. 385 wasn't a big problem. So even if you say 385, let's just call it 389. I put a 20-pound PR on my bench between the last two meets. So this bench-only meet not being until December, I really feel like I can not only crack the fours, I feel like I can go deep into the fours a little bit, maybe 410, maybe 415, something in that range, while going into a calorie deficit, while trying to lose weight, trying to develop my body and get ready for bodybuilding. You see this shit? This is actually, that's all right. Y'all see that? Hold on. Man. All right, whatever. So, yeah, that's kind of like a small recap of the meet. I can't remember all of Takara's numbers to actually even sit here and try and tell you her numbers. All I can say is she placed, she did pretty well. I think she had some depth issues on her squat. But here's the thing, like, no excuses, not making excuses, but there was it was expected to be 70 lifters. I think 65 showed up. between 60 and 65. I think everybody had an issue with depth. Like, these judges were national judges, and they weren't playing no games, man. These are judges that normally do like the Arnold and some of the other bigger USAPL meets. I think they're going to be in Spokane this year, and they just wasn't screwing around, man. So, I don't feel bad that I didn't do. I didn't get all that I was looking for. I think it's a learning experience because, without question, I know just from the numbers we were doing in prep that, the weight was nothing. You know what I mean? 420 was nothing. I smoked it, and but it's the cool thing about powerlifting, especially and competitively, and that's why we count our PRs from our meets versus our PRs from gyms. Is you go in the gym and you can put a dude might go in the gym and a guy may put 495 on and he does some half-ass weird squat and he says, I squat 500, you know what I mean? But then he goes in the meet, and then for a meet when he's got judges on him, he's got depth, he's got the crowd in front of him, he squats 395, 400 pounds, he squats almost 100 pounds less because a lot goes into actually being technically proficient at what you do. So, with that said, I'm actually extremely excited about competing again. I do still feel like I want to go into the bodybuilding realm. I don't even say I feel like. I'm still going into the realm of bodybuilding. But John Jones, my coach John Jones, he actually just dropped like 30 pounds to drop down into a different weight class and still maintain a lot of his strength. So, truth be told, if I want to still compete, I actually can still compete while working on my physique and actually developing my body. So, like I said, I'm extremely excited. More than likely, I'm going to end up doing the bench only meet in December so that I can crack them 400s before this year's over with. And that's pretty much that. So thank you guys for tuning in. What's to look out later on this week? I'm gonna work on doing the highlight video from this past meet, and then I think later on this week I'm gonna drop a BTS video from working with Phoenix Rose a year or two ago. It was working on something for Black Iron Movement, which is another brand that I work on. It's a motorcycle magazine. So you get to see some butt cheeks on some bad bikes, Harleys. And Phoenix is pretty dope. Phoenix is going to be to the Bahamas in September. That's going to be fun. Y'all will love the behind the scenes on that. When y'all are watching my videos, when you're following my channel, I want you to keep something in mind. My channel is not just a fitness channel. It's not just a photography channel. It's really more so a lifestyle channel. I'm going to show y'all a bunch of different things I do. I just happen to powerlift. I just happen to have a family member who's a bodybuilder, but I'm also a photographer, but I'm also a dad, and I'm also a veteran, and a bunch of other different things. So sometimes you get to see me doing videos of talking about bodybuilding. This is my home gym. I call it Swoleville. You'll see me here. My studio is in Washington, D.C. Sometimes the videos you see of me being in Washington, D.C., you get to see me shooting. Sometimes I'll be shooting for agencies, and I'll be shooting with really skinny girls who are really dope in their fashion clothes. And then sometimes I'll be shooting for urban magazines, and you'll see really thick girls with really small waists and really big butts. And hey, lucky you. And then sometimes I'll be shooting, baby showers and weddings and all that kind of stuff. And I'll take you guys along the whole way. So thanks to anybody who watches this video. Thanks for supporting me. I'm trying. So all you can really do in this world. I'm a businessman. Part of this is about growing my business, and also, it's about challenging myself to do something that I want to do. So thank you everybody for the support. Thanks people for watching this video. And, I say to you, I come to you as I left to you, and I come to you in peace, and I leave you in peace. I butchered that, but I'll get that better as I go along. Peace. Y'all see this? Oh, hold up. I'm supposed to cut the video. All right, maybe I'll cut some of this, but whatever.